Formula One's 10th most successful team in history, Benetton. Owned by the Benetton family, who bought the Tollman squad to promote their chain of clothing stores, the team's high point came in 1995, when Michael Schumacher, who won 19 of the team's 27 victories, followed up his 1994 World Championship by leading the team to drivers' and constructors' honours. An emotional win at Hockenheim in 1997 for Gerhard Berger was the team's last, before being bought by Renault, with Benetton racing for the last time in 2001. Founded by Ken Tyrrell, the team won 3 Drivers' Championships and 1 Constructors' Crown in the early 1970s with Jackie Stewart. Their involvement spanned a total of 3 decades in Formula One, and they amassed 33 wins in total, using Matras, Marches and their own chassis, and providing a platform in the process for some of Formula One's fastest drivers in François Sévère, Jody Scheckter, Ronnie Peterson, Stefan Beloff and Jean Alesi, before completing their final season in 1998. Founded in 1961 by Sir Jack Brabham, Brabham are joint 7th on the all-time wins list. Their first victory coming in 1964 at the hands of Dan Gurney. Brabham became the only driver to win a championship in a self-named car in 1966. And further championships followed through Denny Hulme and Nelson Piquet, who also took the last of the team's 35 victories in 1985. 35 wins and counting for Renault, whose first Formula One appearance came in 1977, along with their revolutionary V6 turbo engines, which powered them to a first win at their home race in 1979 through Jean-Pierre Jabouille. Their peak came with Drivers' and Constructors' Championships in 2005 and 2006 with Fernando Alonso, who also took their most recent victory to date in 2008. Though don't bet against them increasing their win tally in the coming years. Red Bull's involvement in Formula One as a sponsor dates back to 1989, but when the team took over Jaguar in 2004, few could have predicted the incredible success they would go on to achieve. Sebastian Vettel won the first of 4 consecutive World Championships in 2010, and the team have claimed at least 1 victory in all but 1 of the seasons since. With Christian Horner and Adrian Newey steering the ship, surely more success will follow for the Charging Bulls. Arguably the most innovative team in Formula One history, Lotus founder Colin Chapman was an ingenious engineer who continually pushed Formula One design into new areas. Although the first Lotus win came in privateer hands in 1960, the work squad got off the mark in 1961. But the team really came of age in 1963, with Jim Clark at the wheel, winning the first of 7 constructors' titles and 6 drivers' crowns, with legends such as Graham Hill, Jochen Rindt, Emerson Fittipaldi and Mario Andretti also making their mark. Ayrton Senna won the original Lotus team's last race in 1987, 7 years before its final appearance on the Formula One grid in 1994. Mercedes scored a 1-2 on debut as Juan Manuel Fangio won the 1954 French Grand Prix on his way to 2 successive titles. But the fact they were absent from Formula One between 1955 and 2010 puts their tally of 89 wins and 4th place on this list into perspective. The standout team of Formula One's current turbo hybrid era, with 5 consecutive Drivers' and Constructors' Championships, 4 for Lewis Hamilton and 1 from Nico Rosberg, the Silver Arrows are on target to climb even higher. One of the most successful independent teams in Formula One history, the achievements of Frank Williams and Patrick Head are immense. Clay Regazzoni's win at the 1979 British Grand Prix laid a marker for the success to come. 9 Constructors' Championships followed over the next 2 decades, including titles for Alan Jones, Keke Rosberg, Nelson Piquet, Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill and Jacques Villeneuve, cementing their place in history. And with the day-to-day running of the team still in the family's hands through Claire Williams, their sights are set on returning to the top step of the Formula One podium once again. A prodigiously talented engineer and racer, Bruce McLaren developed his own Formula One car in 1966 and took his team's first win 2 years later. 50 years on, and most notably under the leadership of Ron Dennis, the team has amassed 182 victories and helped crown legendary champions in the form of Emerson Fittipaldi, James Hunt, Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, Mika Hakkinen, and Lewis Hamilton. Creators of some of the most iconic, beautiful, and dominant cars of all time, McLaren's legacy is one that will live forever. 234 victories, 16 Constructors' Championships, and 15 Drivers' titles, the sight of a victorious Scarlet Ferrari is something that seems natural following 70 years of their success in Formula One. Some of the greatest drivers in history have sipped champagne in the Scuderia's overalls, with legends such as Alberto Ascari, Juan Manuel Fangio, Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill, John Surtees, Niki Lauda, and Jody Scheckter, all champions for the Maranello outfit, before Michael Schumacher rewrote the record books by taking 72 wins and 5 successive titles during his decade with the team. Still pushing the limits of science and technology, Ferrari have achieved more than any other team in Formula One history. And in doing so, the success of the famous Cavallino Rampante, the prancing horse, has become synonymous with that of Formula One itself.